everybody, it's Kelly and I am back with another layout. I'm again using the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Merry and Bright collection, and I loved this collection so much that I went through all of the papers in an entire weekend. Like I scrapped so many layouts with it, and mostly Christmas themed. Or Christmas related in my case. So I loved it. I ended up ordering more papers because I still had so much I still had so many embellishments left. So what I'm doing here is I have this little felt circle and Christmas tree cut apart that was in my Redefined Creative Advent calendar, and it was so cute. I wanted to make sure that I ended up not using it in my December daily. I think it came in late enough, and my pockets in my December daily, the smaller pockets are 3x4. This frame is bigger than that. So I needed to use it either on a 6x8 page where I didn't have any 6x8s that this worked with. So I'm putting it on a layout instead, which is just as great. So I'm going to back that frame with the floral paper, which is the Jingle All the Way paper from the Merry and Bright collection. And I'm just going to cut around the frame, kind of loosely around the frame there. And then I'll play a little bit to get this tree on. This was kind of fun. I'm using my Scotch tacky glue here. All right, so I'm getting that done. This wasn't, it took me a little bit, but it wasn't too hard to get this done. And I want to cut some sort of square or rectangle out of this gingham paper, which is the Star Bright paper from the Merry and Bright collection. But I want to kind of have an idea of how big I'm going to need this to be. So that's why I'm actually starting to put some of these down before I'm really finished constructing the tree and that felt circle and getting my embellishments done. So I have that Merry and Bright 3x4 card. That's the pocket cards from the Merry and Bright collection. And then I have that Santa die cut. So he came from the die cut ephemera for the Merry and Bright collection. And then those two corduroy hearts are from my Redefined Creative Advent calendar as well. And I'm so glad I got these on a layout. There were stars included with this as well. And I love them. They didn't end up in my own December daily book. My December daily is more true red, whereas that red and that heart is a little bit sort of off from that, a little bit pinkier, which works perfectly with this Merry and Bright collection, which kind of makes sense because I realized that our numbers for our Advent kit actually came from the countdown paper. So that worked out really well. So what happened here is in this kit, with this tree cut file in the frame, Christina included a stick and she showed us kind of what she imagined us doing with this, and that was to back this or to put those to cut the stick to make the I can't even think, not the stem of the tree, the base of the tree anywhere. So I'm adding in my ATG there, and then I'm just going to stick these pieces right to it. And I love the extra dimension and texture that it gives this tree. It's just so darn cute. Now, I think when Christina did this, she actually added small enamel dots to the tree. I did not, just because I have so much else going on here, so I thought I would just leave it as is. Plus, it's on kind of a busy background, which is fine. I love the way it turned out and the way it looks. Okay, so I'm just putting Santa up on some foam tape here. He's going over that frame, so he needs to have some help to have dimension there. Plus, I just really like the dimension of Santa there that way. So I'm adding that in. And then I added a little bit of foam tape behind that heart as well because of the dimension in the other two pieces, and some more heart behind here. I added ATG behind them as well to help keep them on here. All right, and then that silver star that I'm going to put at the top of the tree came from my advent calendar with the frame and the tree as well, and the stick. And I ended up just using, I think I have a button shank remover, and that's how I ended up actually cutting my my stick, because that's what I had handy. All right, so I'm going to go in and cut a little bit of a square. It's not quite a complete square, but pretty darn close. And then I'm going to add in this Christmas tree paper behind it because of the Christmas tree there. And this came from when I was in Arizona, and I'm outside my mom's house with her cute little gate and a sign that my grandfather made her years ago for that. And then this is all going to go on that wood paper just because of the Christmas tree, kind of thinking about that. And then also just the rusticness. She lives not like the desert is basically half a block away from her. So that, I don't know, that just feels rustic to me. So it's one of those things that other people looking at this may not understand it, but for me, it has a meaning. And instead of just mounting the gingham square right in the middle of that rectangle that I have of the Christmas tree paper, I dropped it just a little bit, dropped it down just a little bit. Now, these papers are so light, I really like inking the edges of them, and that's my Memento Dewdrop gray flannel ink there. And of course, I didn't think about doing that until after it was all put together. So I'm going to live dangerously now. Okay, liking the way that looks. And now I'm just playing a little bit with where that's going to go. I don't need a title for this because the pocket card already is. And there's not like a huge story behind this. It's just that I'm in Arizona at my mom's, which I'll recognize. This is actually Christmas morning here. So, and that was my cat who wants some attention, in case you heard that meow. One of the sticks fell off a little bit, so I thought I'd add a little bit. I used my Scotch tacky glue. Okay, so then I took two tabs here from the die cut ephemera. I don't know if I told you this, by the way. The tree paper is the Oh Christmas tree paper from Marion Bright, and then that wood paper is the Season's Greeting paper from Marion Bright. The gingham paper is Star Bright. And then what I'm doing here is I'm just adding some enamel dots from the Altenew enamel dots in the seashore color. And that's going to actually finish off this layout. So following will be a still shot and a couple of detail shots. I hope you guys are all well, and I will be back with another layout very soon. Bye, everybody.